Tell you what, you listen and learn. I can get you to a million. Now, if you want, I can even get you to a billion. I've done that too. So my name is Ray, last name is Reynolds. Write it down. Please get a tablet and a pen. That way we can begin and have some fun. Now, keep in mind, when I was on KNX radio years ago, all right, they called me the godfather of credit. One of the interviewers said, hey, you must be the godfather of credit. Well, let's see. Got $5 billion of credit after that, Billy, for people. I guess it's kind of stuck. This is live, and I do this 6 days a week. 6 days a week. Now, there's no pictures, there's no recording. I want you to put it here. I need you to understand something today. You've all spent money on something that probably didn't work. Congratulations for wasting that too. Now, again, Monday through Saturday, I'm online live. All right, it used to be in front of people, or on basically internet too. Now I get to have fun. You see those goodies there? I obtained those. What I wanted to do is, when I was a little kid, I didn't like eating out of a trash can being used and abused. And I'm a pretty smart person. So you know what I did? I went and achieved my goals. There I am. I got all the goodies. I brought in my first $100,000 at 9.5. It's impossible. I brought in $1 million at 14 when I invented Car Finder too. Then I did 2.6 billion through corporate structure. How am I doing so far? You see, the reality is I kept hearing all the grown-ups tell me certain things that made no sense to me. So we're going to talk about that. But I made 2 promises to myself. You ever made a promise to yourself? I promised I'd never get married and have kids. Why would I want to do that? I got used and abused as a kid. I didn't get a family. So what am I going to do? All right, bring the pain home? No. I made a promise to myself, very simple. As long as I could have a foolproof program that doesn't allow me to bring the pain home, I'd have a wife and a kid. Oh, I got a wife and I got 9 kids. No, I got 6 kids and 9 grandkids. And 1 on the way. But then I made a promise I'd never hold a baby unless it was my first child. I kept that promise too. See, I'd like you to do something today and keep some promises to yourself. You see, no matter what you say or do, everybody can get to the $1 million dream. Look behind the curtain, because that's the biggest problem. Most people fall like sheep. They like to go, bah, bah, I'm a duck. That kind of sucks. So let's understand today. It's pretty simple. When I was a little boy, they kept saying, money for a rainy day. I kept saying, can you explain that to me? When I was a kid, I thought all the grown-ups were stupid. When I grew up, I realized they were stupid. Sorry. See, I created something to get the little solution to their little money for a rainy day. I'd like you to take your credit cards out of your personal wallet today. I'd like you to put a sticky on it. See, I want to dummy proof this. On every card, you're going to put a sticky. You're going to write down the limit of the card. You're going to maintain 25%, always never past 29%. I wrote the rules and tools. I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TOW, then became a Sperrian too. You see, we're going to use Ray's rules. Ray's rules are simple. We're going to get a couple cards, put the stick in the back of the cards, $100,000. And what happens when you have $100,000 of credit? The bottom line is simple. If you only use 29%, that gives you safety credit. In case blankets the fan, loss of job, or pandemic, your choice is up to you. So let's understand the line of defense. You see, the next thing I heard the grown-ups say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. See, I'm sorry, the reality is I don't understand this world, because there's a solution to get to million to billion. But understand something. In 1985 and 86, I created and invented division process. So this means very simple. Today, if we look at Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, grocery stores, and cities, their parent company manages entities called subsidiaries. So they get the bankrupt a piece and write off on their taxes. And that's what they do. The bottom line is the division process. I want you to have the chance to try. Now, if you have bad credit and you screwed it up, you gave yourself one chance to try it. Now you're living with bad credit too. So understand. A division, if you screw up one, you can go get another one. But I'm going to show you the rules and tools and how to play. Then they said, put all your ducks in a row. Well, that was pretty simple for me. Let's go get the $1 million dream. Simple. And let's never bring the pain home. If you do what I say, you'll never bring the pain home, and I'll get you the millionaire corporation structure. The lack of knowledge makes us do stupid things. and somebody say they have the knowledge, I want to take them on. I have total recall, and I have an IQ of 203, and I write with both hands and talk at the same time too. Let's have some fun. Most people on the tickety talk and the Google and the YouTube, blah, 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 most of them are full of, you know what, sorry to say, it's just true. So let's play. Let's build a life. Building your life again. Let's put all the pieces in place. My program works 100%. So understand today, the biggest problem with you didn't learn how to play, and you understand everybody in the United States of America, they made this same silly mistake. Let's play. You got an SSN, that's called a Social Security number. Social Security number, wow, it was for the 1040 tax return. They only give you one of these, and that's from the IRS. Wow. And then silly people in the 70s and 80s, they got credit cards without applying, and they got them in the mail. They didn't use their SSN. So understand the United States of America is called we the people. Tax, 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 and tax when we're dead called probate. That's how it works. You see, the SSN was for the 1040 tax return so they can track us and tax us for every dollar we bring in. And then we get that SSN. You're not supposed to use it for credit purposes anyway. Now let's take and think a little further today and not be a sheep or a duck. What we have to understand is the SS4 from the IRS too. The SS4 form allows a corporation, division, subsidiary, and even you to use that number. It gives you a second chance to try. I don't understand, stupid. I'm sorry. I don't understand why people bring the pain home. Let's understand, this is the SS4. Now, I mastered this at 9.5 years old. It was pretty simple, but I told that, famous attorney Ted and Ted Turner, there was 26 ways to use it, not abuse it. And they go, what? Yeah, they go, what? These silly people. I was only 9.5. Let's look at this. Come on. Isn't this fun? A legal name of entity. You see that right there? Legal name of entity. Corporation, division, subsidiary, me. And then it says, or individual person. You see that right there? Or individual person. Well, you're a person, right? You can put your name on line 1. And the reality is you have to understand what these get to do. SSN is 1040 tax return. That's all it is. It makes people duck and sheep because they have to get sued. They have to duck. And then over here, the SS4, what do we get to do? We have to understand how to play. That's an 1120 tax return, but it's called a tax ID. By the way, you never had to bring the pain home, and this really gives you truly your second chance to play if you want to. Now let's look at the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations. They call them states. State got corporations, they call them cities. And when they bankrupt 11 cities, all they did is wipe out their debt because they even invented the Chapter 9 bankruptcy. Can you imagine the United States of America planned the problem in your face and you didn't pay attention to? We got to learn to play. It's called we the people, tax, tax, tax every day. At the same time, the SSN, the SS4, the Supreme Court says a corporation's a legal person. I like that. You see, the goal is to stop bringing the pain home. Now let's do a couple things today. All right, I want you to understand. I want you to make sure you put your ducks in a row. What I finally gave those grown-ups what they needed to do. So let's do this today. Let's put our hands like this. Come on, for the fun of it. SSN, tax, tax, tax. Probate when we die, and we screw it all up, and we bring the pain home, and we jack up our cards, can't get any more, couldn't run out diddly squat, and you brought the pain home to you and your family. Is that good or silly and dumb? The SS4, no taxes due till you're profitable. Wow, and we get to write off corporate credit. You see, you can learn to play, but that's up to you. I invented divisions for one big reason. I kept my promise. I would not bring the pain home. And if I needed a second chance, here I got my second chance. Everybody needs up to 9 divisions of themselves. If a cat can have 9 lives, so could you. But the ultimate goes up to you. Now, I've been an affiliate to 119 creditors for 39 years. I'll tell you 10 are great and the rest are crap, in my opinion. So let's see. This is the dashboard, my dashboard, and I want to show you exactly what I get to do. You see, bottom line is I get to build credit reports under SSN or SS4. Now, I got to go up to the second here. It says, I am requesting on behalf of a person, corporation, division, or subsidiary. So those are the credit reports we get to write off everything we're trying to do to build a business. And unfortunately, you kept bringing the pain home because you use your SSN. Silly and kind of what? You make the decision today. I get to build credit files. Isn't that fun? Now write down division of me. Write it down. Now let's understand something. All right. My first car I purchased when I was 14 and a half was a Lamborghini Countach. I like Lamborghinis. The division of me. Let's play. Here's one of the Lamborghinis part of the collection, okay? This is $1 million Lamborghini in LP 640. So here's my problem. You're my problem. You see, that car, if I purchase it under me and I can't afford to pay that $6,800 a month, then they give me an IRS problem with a 1099-C. Well, that'd be kind of stupid. If I put it in a corporation, but I still have to guarantee it as an SSN. So if the corporation is public record and Secretary of State, when they sue the corp, they sue me. I'm still a duck. Well, that kind of sucks. So let's go from here. If we take that Lamborghini, buy it as a division the way I designed it, and instead of my SSN guaranteeing it, I guarantee it as a division of me, my SS4. And what happens if those two divisions get screwed up? We get to do what the United States of America Incorporated let us do under the Federal Protection Act, like banks and grocery stores and cities do. We get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate, and bankrupt that sucker and get rid of it and protect the corp and my family. See, you don't have the intent to do fraud, just have the intent to become million to billionaire. Now, let's say we sign a lease of a building. Isn't that nice? We're going to sign the lease as a corporation. It doesn't work and we get sued. That'd be stupid too. If we take that lease and sign it as a division, and I guaranteed it as a division of me, those divisions, everything that could get screwed up, everything gets screwed up, I get another chance to try. You see, the reality is most of you don't know how to play. And that's okay. I'm the only one in the United States of America know how to play because I wrote the rules and tools. All right, eventually, hopefully they catch on. But the reality is up to you. It's like buying that house. The next thing we have to think about is money. If we receive money on the SS4, we don't pay tax till we're profitable. And when we get the corporate credit, we get to daisy chain one card into 10 more cards. I wrote daisy chain in credit too. And $53 million of credit cards. As a kid, I didn't collect baseball cards. That would have been a waste of my time. I collected credit cards. And you got to have books like these. I got all kinds of books like these. Isn't that fun? You see, I'll be damned if I bring the pen home. I'm prepared. I planned the problem too. You got a choice today. Can you turn these up just a little bit? Division of me and division get in the item too. See, we get to play. Now, if you have a corporation today, I'd like you to go to Secretary of State. Yeah, I want you to look at your corporation. You're going to find your name on it through the Secretary of State because you're a duck and a sheep. They sue the corp, they sue you. The reality is, I pray you didn't use your home address. If you did, I call that silly and dumb. Once you change that right away, if you did. You see, you got to learn to play. The ultimate goal is pretty simple. Let's say you did it my way, put your ducks in a row. Wouldn't that be fun for you? But now, what if there's a lawsuit? They're going to sue and use the SSN. Well, that's you again. Darn, you brought the pain home. Now, if we did it my way, you wouldn't have became a duck. See, divisions are the line of defense. All right? They give you another chance to try. Nobody had to bring the pain home. I don't understand stupidity, do you? You see, they don't see divisions. They're private. All right? The reality is just not in everybody's face. We get to play. Wouldn't that be fun for you? Who's going to guarantee the house, the building, the franchise, the cards, your SSN or your SS4? So you're going to need two divisions, one for the asset and one to guarantee it if you want to play. But I just want to get you to millionaire in the beginning. Is that okay? All right, now that can happen between now and the end of the year. And let's get you to 5 to 100 million too. But again, let's understand. If something goes wrong, you're not a duck. Isn't that the goal? Because you put your ducks in a row, you have no intent to do fraud. So we're going to build a corporate umbrella. Wow. And if you allow me, for every corporation I set up or division for you, I get you a gold card up to $1 million. My next question is very simple. Would you like 9 sisters? I don't get it. I don't understand. We watch people come to the United States of America Incorporated and they make millions in front of people because people just fall like sheep and ducks. Getting $1 million of credit is not hard to do. Financing the business and not bringing the pain home. That's the ultimate goal. But again, corporate credit's a write-off, personal credit's not. You got places to play. Now that's 750 score. Let's look at this. Here's a $100 million building across from South Coast Plaza Mall, a $1 million Lamborghini, a $5 million mansion, and a race boat worth $1 million too. Wow. Here's the thing. They have one thing in common. Those are things I obtained that say the Ray Reynolds University.com. You see, you'll find I'm telling the truth and I'm not fooling. You know what? We get to play. Now, getting that first 100,000 is a pain in the ass because I got to get you to listen to rules and I got to reprogram you. Once you get there, getting to the millions is not hard to do. But again, you got to learn to play. How bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want to be a corporate millionaire? Come on. You've tried everything before and you pissed away money, and now you feel kind of silly and dumb too. You get to play. Now, if I add you to my credit system, you can go, these are one of the mansions I obtained, okay? All right, the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor with $5 million. Just one of them. So if you let me add you to my credit system, I can help you rebuild you. Would that be okay? I just show goodies I obtained. Very simple to do, and how you get the American dream. But the next thing you need to do is analyze. I want to analyze everyone's credit in the United States of America. I want them all to be rich through the corporation. So if I analyze your credit right away, I can show you what you need to do and what I need to do for you to get you a 750 score in 90 working days. We're going to look at the Aspire, the Equifax, and the TransUnion too. Wow, we're going to go up, up, and away. Now this year, like the last 45 years, I'm online or in front of people for 6 days a week. So you have no excuses. You can always ask a question or two. The bottom line is I want to repackage every one of you. So 45 years to helping people just like you. Isn't that fun? Now understand, to become a certified CFO, you got to master the 1,000 steps. You got no choice, because if you want goodies like I obtained, let me know. Now, the RayReynoldsUniversity.com, I'm going to be leaving over $10 billion to the corporation. And my children get to control everything. I pay tax. Now, what I really wanted to do when I got that $2.6 billion of corporate structure, I wanted to help everybody for free. Nobody wanted to play with me. Oh, well, what can I say? So what do I do in this program is I give you back your money, 100% up to times 10. I take away all your excuses. See, my wife calls this my hobby. I haven't had a paycheck for 30 years. I don't seem to need one. The reality is I want to change the world. Is that okay with you? You see, let's draw that diagram in front of you. Those 4 boxes are your future. Corporation, all right, not doing business because that'd be stupid. Managing entities, divisions would make sense. Let's think. Bank of America is up to 5,000 locations bankrupt, dead, but they got a tax credit. Huh. So when they make decisions, they get to write it off, and you just go home and go, boo hoo hoo. All right, what do? Feel sorry for yourself or something? Reality is Chase Bank, U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo. The ability to play the game. Let's understand something today. Sam's Club, you ever heard of them? They're international. You can look online and find out that they shut down 63 locations, California alone, 2 years before pandemic. They bankrupt every location, got a tax credit, and open another one too. See, like I said, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. A business is a game, just like these silly banks, what they're doing this last 2 weeks. It's all positioning. They're playing the game, and some played it wrong. They kind of screwed it up. How about Geico? How about cities? Wow. You could learn to play if you pay attention and turn these up today. First thing, stop bringing the pain home. Number 2 is being a CFO, true CFO certified, and reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Your problem, sorry, again, is you. All right, but again, if you use my blueprint, I'll hold your hand so we can see it, believe it, and go get it. Is that okay? We get to play. Here we go again. Let's look on the left-hand side. 14th Amendment of the Constitution, and I did the thesis on Constitution International Law when I was 16 and a half. Is that okay? I never went to high school. That'd be kind of stupid of me. Corporation's a legal person. It's right there. It's the law. I love the law. Isn't that fun? But here's we the people. Oh, we're going to pay tax to probate when we die. So we got SSN. We got SS4. Which one we got to do? You're going to do them both. Here's the goal. I want you to focus and understand something. I want to reprogram you. I don't want you to think, because the more you think, the more you screw it up. I want you to do what I ask you to do for the next 3 to 6 months and get to the millionaire. Is that okay? So let's go to irs.gov. Let's download a form called 1244. Let's download it. And we're going to file one tax return. It's called a S Corp. It's called a single filing. And you never pay almost no tax ever again. See, if you play by the IRS's rule, you could actually win. So here's the thing. I have a thought every week. I have thoughts every day, no matter where you are and what you come from. I came from hell being used and abused. But you can reach all your goals if you want to. You see, it's like when I hold the record for the highest kick, and that was fun. I like the fact that I could kick the door jam at 10, and then the basketball hoop, and they go, what? By the way, don't tell anybody, white men can jump. There's a bunch of dummies say we can't. Give me a break. You see, your biggest problem is you're afraid to try. You hold yourself back, and you don't think you can do this. And what's the problem again? You. We want to repackage you. Is that okay? Now understand structure. So I want you to think about this. Is the corporation does not do business, it manages divisions. If it does business, they see the Secretary of State. When they sue it, they sue you. Isn't that kind of being stupid? But a corporation managing divisions, we can put our ducks in a row and stop bringing the pain home every time. And basically what I get to do, put the ducks in a row, repackage you under the corporate umbrella. Now that's not hard to do. That's all you got to do is play. Let's play today. Now, I've incorporated presidents of the United States of America Incorporated. I incorporate rich and famous people, homeless, and people coming out of prison too. What happens with most of you? What do? You go home and have your kitchen table meeting. You sit around the kitchen table with your friends and family. We're going to start a business. Everybody gets excited. And then they look at each other. Where are we going to get the money? Why don't we hawk up the credit cards, jack it up, get stuck, can't get any more, and you basically bring the pain home. All right, and that's what you're going to do, and hawk the house too. Let's be stupid and screw it all up. Well, that's what you did, most of you. You see, I don't understand stupid. Do you understand stupid yet? Nobody's stupid. They do stupid things. I don't get it. Never bring that damn pain home. Maybe you want to fight for what you want. I've been fighting since the dad was born in that damn taxi. So write everything down. All right, let's make a list, goals, and let's see it. We can go get it. Let's program and look at 90 days to rebuild you. Is that okay? Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago. I sold these 12 books and CDs at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. for 32 years in Los Angeles. Isn't that fun? But I sold it for $5,000. It's sad. Now, if you really want to do real estate into the millions, let me know. Because I've done it all my life too. Oh, become the bank in buckets of money. So all 18 books and CDs today are $999. All right. If during a broadcast only with me, you spend $1,000 today during this broadcast, I'll give you the 18 books and free CDs for free. Free. Now, here's what happens when you start a business. Hold your breath. You don't know if they're going to push you down, you're going to catch you, or you're going to fall off the cliff. Congratulations. Because you're going to not be comfortable when you do a real business. Journey, it wasn't so easy. My mommy, she was 15 and a half, born in this billionaire family. I got born in the taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She put me in the trash can outside the door, put 2 notes there, one for me for the hospital, yelled in the emergency ward, baby in the trash can, and went back to take a nap. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Mommy. From there, I got to be a Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell, being used and abused by her too. That kind of sucks. So what are you going to do? Your journey can begin with me today, but I want to take away all your excuses. I'm God's example. That's why he lets me go through what I went through so far. And you haven't even heard the half of it too. See, today, every day I get up at 2:25. I drop to my knees, say, thank you, Jesus, another day. Then I go look in the mirror. When you don't get a mommy and a daddy, and you get used and abused as a kid, the only thing you can do is feel sorry for yourself or put yourself in check. Every day, I ask myself, have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? From there, your biggest problem is you, because you listen to your friends and family. I'm sorry. They haven't got millions and billions the way I have they? So quit clouding your direction. Listen to the #1 coach worldwide. By the way, that's me. July 4th, everything's going great. My wife says, honey, can we take one of the yachts? I have 3 in the backyard by that time. Did you have them in your backyard too? And she says, I want to take a group of people to watch the fireworks. Okay, honey, how many people? I'll tell you which y'all we're going to take. Why not? You see, you got choices. Now, the next day, on July 5th, I get to die at 5:41. Time stops on Earth, but it doesn't stop for me. I'm in a different place. I did get to hear my tax attorney trick my wife to sign a POA. While I'm laying there dead, he stole everything I had. I'm yelling to my wife, don't sign! You're not supposed to sign anything unless you have 5 people in the room, and I gave you the list of basic trust too. Oh, wow. She did what she did. Then the next thing is pretty simple. The nurse asked my wife, is your husband a donor? Yeah, they're going to rip out my heart and take it away. I got a choice that day. Jesus said, stay in peace or go back. I said, go back. See, our goal is got to take away all your excuses. I moved 24 times since I was 11 and a half years old. They ended up charging me rent at 8. Who the hell charges rent to an 8-year-old kid? The reality is pretty simple. I've been shot twice by a gun. I've been knifed 6 times too. See, you got no excuses. I'm God's example. So we're going to learn to see it, believe it, and we're going to go get it. Unless you're lazy, then you basically don't want to play with me, because I'm going to drag you up to millionaire at least. Reprogram your brain anyway. So I got a book coming out this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. See, being a Christian's a way of life, not a moment in time. I do all kinds of fun stuff too. Now, let me show you a bunch of goodies like the Lamborghini collection, the Duffy, the mansions. The mansions are great. And how I broke the record for the highest kick and the fastest kick in 1981, proving that white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. The bottom line is, where do you park your race boats? I park mine in the backyard. Helicopter, U-Dock, yachts, Ferraris. Wow! Would you like some goodies? But you got to understand, you have to use Ray's rules. The full blueprint that will get you where you want to go. See it, believe it, go get it. Wow. Now, credit repair is fraud. You think you have a magic wand or something? All right, they're going to do another credit repair sweep and put these suckers out of business. They're ripping off everybody, 100 plus a month. Makes no sense. So understand, you can go to the Federal Trade Commission today. It'll say they're fraud, they can't collect money up front. But again, I'd like you to write down Section 611. Can you do that for me, please? I want you to learn what you can do for yourself today. Now, if you think that credit repair flaky companies writing stupid letters to the credit bureaus are going to make your score go up, it actually makes it go down. Your goal is a 750. So since they don't have a magic wand, they don't take care of your debt, you got to man up, woman up. You got to be responsible. If not, you create your own karma. You get a flat tire, have a bad, you run out of gas. So let's understand today, if you truly want a 750 score, since I wrote the rules and tools anyway, in most cases, let's play any open account, we negotiate, okay? From there, all cards at 25, 29% but 2, and we do a rapid refresh that I invented 39 years ago, a rapid score 2. Now you got a 750 score. What do you want to do? You can sit there going, or you can get a corporation divisions and be the what? Certified CFO. So understand, this is called the KISS method, which means keep it simple, stupid. We're not stupid. People do stupid things, don't they? If you want a 750, you got to go to class. I've had live classes on Saturday for 45 years and on Wednesday too. So again, I like the goodies. Let's give you the first 25 steps today. Let's get a credit card because it's free. I have no phone number to help you, but my future dashboards will be better than theirs. Next, what we get to do is basically step 1. Let's analyze your credit, because I have to. All right, average case is 90 working days, but if I analyze you, I can tell you what you need to do now. And what I do for you too, we can expedite it for you if you want to. That's Asperian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So again, analyzation is key. As we do this, let's go to this application, please. I'd like you to get out your Social Security card or your personal wallet right now, please. Here's the application for Social Security card. Now, you got this because A, mommy did it after Nixon already took the gold standard out, or you did it from 14 to 16 years old because you were told to be a sheep and a duck. So let's dissect the form you never paid attention to. Number 1, it says name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above and other names you use. You see, most of you sign things and go, I'm a sheep. See, people in the 70s and 80s didn't use their SSN for credit purposes. That'd be silly and dumb. The SSN's for the 1040 tax return. Now, if you read the card you've never read before in your personal wallet, you've had forever, and if you read it carefully, front and back, It'll say do not laminate, don't carry with you, and don't use for ID purposes, but you put on every application too. Isn't that silly and dumb? Property of Social Administration, not you. So understand, we got the SSN, all right, for the 1040 tax return. The next thing is when you got your first paycheck on your first job years ago, what did you do? You thought you were ripped off by that company because half your money was missing until someone pointed out the IRS gets their cut before you get the leftover. That's what makes us ducks and sheep, all right? But here, pay attention. Your biggest problem, again, is you didn't look at the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. It says a corporation's a legal person. All you focus is we the people being a sheep and a duck. So if we take the SSN and the SS4 and we look at the IRS website in the 1244, we can file a single filing corporation and almost never pay tax ever again. All you got to do is learn to play. But again, that's up to you. So let's understand today we get one SSN. That means it's ducks and sheep. We get one SS4 for the corporation. All right, so that means that corporation, you can see in the Secretary of State, when he gets sued, they sue you. Does that not make you a duck or something too? So the reality is, how do we do it differently? Well, banks and grocery stores and cities have a parent company maintaining subsidiaries. So I decided and designed something called division process. Every division becomes the line of defense and the duck. And you don't bring the pain home to the corporation or you, and you become a certified CFO. That's what I'd like you to do. But again, you're going to have to learn to play if you want to. SSN is sheep and duck. SS4 is flying eagle. So what I have to do with you is I have to rebuild your credit to make you a qualified CFO for the corporate divisions. From there, the SS4. So I'd like to introduce you some more to the SS4 and learn to play. Is that okay with you today? So I'd like you to learn to choose wisely and put all your ducks in a row. Is that all right? Under the corporate umbrella. All right, like I said, I found a solution for their silliness when I was a kid. There's that form again, application for Social Security card. So let's look at it. Line 1, we know about that too. We look at SSN and the 1040 tax return. Listen in the corner a little more. I blew it up for you. See, it says SS5. That's the IRS. Oh, let's compare it to the SS4. So a corporation, a bank, a grocery store, and city, they bankrupt the tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. So that's a company. So if you did what I'm going to tell you to do and let me play and rebuild you, we can make sure you don't bring the pain home ever again. Is that okay? Line 1 again. All right, legal name of entity or individual person. Are you a person? So that means I could get a tax ID and bill reports for that too and write it all off instead of bringing the pain home like you did for you. But again, let's dissect the form that you don't pay attention to as well. It says reason to apply. It says banking and credit purposes. Right in your face. You see the only form on planet Earth that allows you to get one per entity is an SS4. And if you're out of country, we're going to basically focus on a W7 to get an ITIN. So it doesn't matter where you're at. We can build this credit international too. Corporation should only do 4 things. It should buffer tax. It means it doesn't pay tax, so it's profitable. Corporate credit, you can write off interest in the credit card. You can buy a car, fleet price, tax ID division, and you can stay at a hotel and get the free buffet. Division process. You have 7 reasons why you want a division in the beginning. Line of defense, screw it one, go get another one. They're cheap, multiple functions, buy, wholesale price, multiple credit reports, and if you want to do real estate, it's a flippity-dippity-do, and you separate liability too. So let's understand. Division gives you what? The line of defense. So every tax ID, debt follows tax ID. At the same time, we're allowed to build cash credit reports. I don't understand why people did it wrong anyway. But again, I'll give you a statement of guarantee. My guarantee says as long as you're part of the program and you do what you're told to do, I'll guarantee 100% for you. But if you screw this up, I want you to own your screw up. You see, it's called a violation. That means if you jack up cards or you apply during the program, because I had history of the U corporate division, we're not here to play push me, pull me. It's ridiculous. So you never jack up cards. You don't apply during the program. You play by the rules of the game if you really want to win. If you violate, then you're going to have to talk to Santos, the floor manager, 800-510-3338, And what we're going to do is probably close your case or charge you a fee. See, I'm going to get you to $1 million. I don't want you to screw this up. Can you follow the rules and tools? You got a collection account, let's negotiate it. Past your not chase future. You have an IRS problem? Okay, irs.gov. They have a form called 656 433 A and B. So let's understand something. That's step number 3. As we play the game, I want you to understand, I want to do a rapid refresh for you. Make your scores go up and get you some green lights too. Next thing is 750 is waiting for you if you play by the rules and you're part of the program and go to class. I'll repackage every one of you. Remember, this is the KISS method, the 3-step. You get to the 750 and more. 750, all you got to do is let me rebuild your credit, do a rapid rescore. Now understand, go to class on Saturday, all right, and our goal is a 750 score. The ultimate goal is we're charging you $999. We're giving you $1,000 card back to you. There you go, you got your money back. Now, during this broadcast only, I will discount that in half price. Half price means $499. The card will become $500. You can scan, pay a fee, or you can Zelle. Zelle is free. I'm your coach for 90 days. Ultimate goal is up to you. There's the Zelle. Take a picture. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. Ultimate goal. So let's understand, when you give me referrals, I will build you more credit, or I'll basically Zelle you 10% back for whatever they pay. As long as they want to be part of this program, they must pay in full for you to receive this offer today. There's the office of the accounting department and paralegal department too, 800-510-3338. Now I need you to call a phone number today, please. Write it down. I'd like you to call 888-567-8688. I want you to opt out for 5 years. See, everyone talks about these robocalls and junk mail. They don't tell you you did it to yourself because you're a voter. They sold your mailing list. You got a cable bill, or you got a corporation, use your home address. See, I want you to opt out 5 years when you call the number. Is that okay? But it's up to you. Next, I want you to plan the problem. I believe every one of you had a friend and family member rip you off. I believe you spent thousands on crap that didn't work. I want you to do it my way, at least for 3 to 6 months. Safety credit, stick you in the card. Remember the rules. You build your own line of defense. I designed it for Yarborough. Now all dashboards are 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, 50 is red. That little sticky will help you with your discipline not to screw it up again. It's okay, but again, you got to play. So let's understand something today. I want you to balance your debt. Yeah, you. See, here's the problem. You're going, I'm going to crash. You screw up your credit card. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Sorry. It's just true. You jacked it up. You got stuck. You couldn't get it anymore. You couldn't run up diddly squat, and you brought the pain home. Now, is that smart or stupid? What happens is very simple. You have 2 cards on planet Earth you can basically use, not abuse, as long as you maintain the payment. They never make your score go up and down, ever. And you can max it out to $1 million. It is your platinum and your gold cards, personal as well. So let's understand, no more screwing up anymore. I want you to maintain a 750 and 100 score. Every application for cash credit requires a certified CFO. So if you want, I'll show you exactly what needs to be done as I rebuild you, and these cards never fluctuate at all. And that's the ultimate goal for you. I charge $999 to build one of those up for you. Let me know. It's always a Zelle. Premier, let's understand something today. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? You run out of time, you run out of money, and you can't wait to jack up your credit cards and screw up and bring the pain home. I'm sorry, that's silly and dumb. Now it's like today, we're going to use some common sense. You see, if you needed $5,000 today, now, you ask your friends, family, the bank. They're all going to say no when you need it. You don't need it, here's some more. And then the next thing is the average person wastes $50 every other day. If I use this card in my hand that's worth $5,000, and I max the sucker out, the payment's $50 a month. So the bottom line is pretty simple, all right? Well, if the average person wastes in a given every other day, they can maintain safety credit card too. Now they say the average person wastes 140 a week. So let's use some common sense again. That's $600 a month. If I take $50,000 off of a corporate credit card, I get to write off the interest rate, the credit card, and everything I did for the corporation. And the payment is $612.26. During a pandemic, I can buy 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through and never bring the pain home. See what common sense can do for you too? So let's understand reaching your goals, believing in yourself. Me, I believe in God, and I believe in me. When I broke the record for the highest kick in 1981, the fastest kick too, I was just having fun, kicking the door down since I was 10. Basketball hoop too. See, white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So when Nixon took the gold standard out, I don't think you paid attention to that too. You see, I want you to write down Ray's rules right now. A couple cards with 100,000. When you only use 29%, they give you 71,000 of safety. Case blankets, a fan lost a job or pandemic. When you use it to start a business, you bring the pain on the screw up everything you're trying to do. When you use corporate credit, you get to write off the interest rate of the credit card. All right, absorb the taxation usually. And if you screw up, you get rid of a division to my blueprint. You don't screw up the corporate, your family, ever. Never have the intent to do fraud. Again, you can basically learn what's called, all right, the Ray's rules. And this is basically having your cake and eat it too. Step number 7 today. All right, become a certified CFO. Never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal is pretty simple to do. There I am in that coma. Google the address. You'll see the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor, where I parked my yachts and the house I got obtained to. See, I tell you the truth. Now, I've been in 2 comas in my life. One, I was crippled for life. Jesus said, get up, I got up. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. See, I think the devil's trying to hold us back or tear us down. But again, God's delays aren't God's denials. So you got choices today. We're going to look at chapter 18. So I want you to pay attention to this right in front of you. It says a corporation, I'll circle for you and make it easy. Corporation is a legal person, may sue or be sued. There's the law. It's public record. And what did I do? I was 7.5 being used by Mrs. Hope and abused. I listened to her silly poker game. They said a corporation is a legal person. I listened to that. I wrote it down. They told me it was weird. Probably true. I went to the Torrance Police Department the next day, rode my little bicycle because they had a library next door. I went in and said, ma'am, what does this mean? She was rude. She walked away. She came back. She slammed down a book. Said, here's a mark of it. Here's a bar. She was a bee. Ay, ay, ay. She was really that. Ugh. I read the book. Then I got pissed off. You see, I focused for 2 years. There was no blueprint I could find. So what did I do? Pretty simple. I went there for 2 years, wrote my own blueprint, sent away my money order to the Secretary of State of California. I started my first corporation. I was 9.5 years old. All right, by the way, it was called Helping Hand Industries. We're going to have some fun. The lack of knowledge makes us do stupid things. Helping Hand, I got 100,000 in the mail. I got named in the movie Dave. Is that okay? See, I don't understand why people spend thousands for a corporation when they're free in all 50 states. You pay a little filing fee. I think people just kill money because they're sheep and ducks. So my dashboards allow me to build credit reports for you. Would you like some? So a corporation should have credit. So should the divisions. We get to play. The ultimate goal, I built credit for my cat too. Well, I was at the Bonaventure just to prove my point. Egg Magazine interviewed me at the Bonaventure, and I said, use plastic to finance your business, corporate credit. And the next article is right there in front of you too. See, cats have 9 lives. I want you to get out your magic wand, and I want you to have 9 lives starting today. You see, I want you to build a corporate umbrella. I want you to understand, if you allow me to get the tax ID, credit reports, cash credit for you, I'll line you up for checkbook money. Is that okay? See, if you say $1 million, I'll tell you 9 divisions. You say $5 million, I'll tell you 41. It's been proven again and again too. It's up to you. So again, if I get you a gold card up to $1 million, paid over time limit, my next question would be, would you like 9 sister cards? See, getting the $1 million of credit is not hard to do. Create a business and have you maintain the payment and grow it again too. But it's up to you. Each division can have credit, franchise, or a piece of property too. If one got screwed up, would you not go set up another one and keep the 8 ones you got too? It's a numbers game. It's called winning the game of business. Well, I wrote that 45 years ago, didn't I? So we can play and learn not to bring the pain home today, but it's up to you. I invented division process in 85, 86. So if you get the credit that I get you, why don't you loan out some money? Why don't we do what I put on page 16 in my book 45 years ago? It's called cash flow free up time. You see, you could create cash flow free up time in a corporation to enhance your paycheck or replace it. But again, it's up to you. Here's 190,000 a month, up to that, if not more. 41 divisions. It's in my book called Buckets of Money. Up to you. Making you a money-making machine. That's what you need to do. So let's understand. I like the goodies. You like the goodies? That's just a couple things I obtained. All right. I like goodies. Don't you like goodies? See, it's up to you, because I think most people are full of what? How bad do you really want? You want to become a corporate millionaire? Put your corporation, your ducks in a row. Keep in mind, I invented it for one reason, not to bring the pain home. And if I needed a second chance, I could play and have the dance. 9 divisions, what we need to. All right, person, corp, division, subsidiary. You see, you never had to bring the pain home. You just didn't learn to play. And a division of me, write it down again. Who gets the car, the building, the house? Who receives the money? How do you daisy chain credit to? Again, I want you to check the Secretary of State on your corporation today. It's got your name on it. That makes you a duck and a sheep. And then you've used your home address. Sorry to say, that's kind of silly and what? Again, the corporate umbrella. Put your ducks in a row. There's a lawsuit they sue the SS for, and the division and the corporation. That's you. But again, they don't sue the divisions. They sue the corp. It's Secretary of State. See, you become a duck and a sheep. I don't want that to happen to you. Divisions give you the line of defense. I think that's important to us. Divisions aren't in your face. They're more privately than anything. 2 divisions per item you want to obtain. From there, remember, all right, something goes wrong, you're not a duck under the corporate umbrella. And if we build credit to every division, we should at least build it to $1 million plus, should we not? But it's up to you learning to play the game, because corporate credit's a write-off and personal credit's not. So let's understand divisions. When I do the division for you, I do the paperwork and the tax ID. I put $2,000 and I set up the Experian, Treasurer, and Equifax. I set up the credit reports for you. So we charge $1,000 each at the office. And what happens under the corporate umbrella, debt follows tax ID, and then we build credit reports, cash reports. From there, if you want, I charge $1,500 for 3, $500 each, and discounted during a broadcast with me only. From here, today, because today's bonus is you get 4 for $1,500. Maybe 2 of you and 2 for the actual business getting the asset too. Scan, pay a fee, or use Zelle, because Zelle is free. From there, repackaging every one of you. Now here's a program. If you didn't get one of my last and final boot camps, this is a private program for you. There's only one left. It needs to be done today. 90 days, phone call once a week with me. Ultimate goal is all classes, workshops, and specialties. 9 divisions and 100,000 of credit. I normally charge $10,000 for the 100,000. This program goes for $19,250 if it's sold by itself a la carte. From there, today, I'm giving you a discount of $6,999 if it is Zelle during this broadcast only. Only Zelle, Zelle, Zelle. You put RW when you Zelle. Very simple to do. Keep in mind the goal should be, let's get you $1 million of corporate credit cards and $5 million of checkbook money. Is that okay with you? So here's checkbook money. Banks give you unsecured line of credit up to $150, as long as the corporation's 2 years old. It doesn't usually need your tax returns at all. So we can go to the big banks and go get the money to get the honey. That's up to $5.4 million of credit. That's called checkbook money. But you got to have corporate divisions in place for 2 years. Now, I have 8 specialty classes during my 10 classes on Saturday. They go in rotation. This Saturday, 8 a.m. in the morning, it's tax balancing. Ultimate goal, if you want these specialty classes in rotation, it's $9.99, all right, or $4.99 per class, unless you got it in a bonus. So as you do this, let's keep in mind, in case you wanted some nonprofit stuff as well, under the corporate umbrella. They have portholes in all 50 states, and you get credit, no liability, and Google even sponsors $10,000 of marketing every month. There's your Zelle. Put RW code, and when you want to Zelle for the class too, it's up to you. Ultimate goal. Next, remember, every application for cash credit requires a certified CFO. Again, if you want me to build one for you, I charge you $9.99 to build it up for you too. It's unlimited. It doesn't fluctuate your score. That way, if you need to jack it up for an emergency too, as long as you maintain the payment. And it's always an RW Zelle. From there, when you use personal money to start a business, I'm sorry. I mean, you jacked it up, you got stuck, you couldn't ride up diddly squat, and you brought the pain home. Is that good or bad? Or is that kind of silly and stupid? Next thing, if we use corporate credit, we bill to the corporation. Borrow money is not taxable. You get to write off interest on the credit card. You win, you absorb the taxation. You lose, you get rid of a division and never the corporate, you and your family. When you do retire, remember, your bills don't go away. You got to learn to have your cake and eat it too. Ray's rules today. Again, I like you to put both hands out. One's SSN, tax, and probate when we die. The other one's SS4. The IRS public record corporation doesn't pay tax till it's profitable. So again, irs.gov 1244 and look up the S corporation too. And that way you don't almost pay no tax ever again. If I wrote you a check for $1 million today, what would you do with the check? Sorry, hypothetically, you're going to put it in your personal bank account. And what's going to happen is a problem. You're only getting allowed to keep $375. I would have told you put it in a corporation. That way you can spend the money to pay the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, it seems to be no tax. Again, you got the choice. Step number 8 today. The United States of America Incorporated. You see, they play the game in front of you, and they plan the problem too. 50 corporations, all right, they made them states and then cities. Your goal is to understand. They even invented a Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act. You see, they plan not to bring the pain home. You could have learned to play a long time ago. I've been teaching and preaching for 45 years. Where you've been. But it's up to you. Don't have any intent to do fraud. Please Google bankruptcy today. It'll give you a choice, SSN, SS4. Who wants to be the duck the next time things get screwed up in your life? All right, it's up to you. Next thing we have to look at is you let me add you to the credit system, and I rebuild you. You're part of the program. I can build you up to $1 million, but you got to go to class and play by the rules. If you violate the rules, then you're out or you pay a fee. Remember, if you have a corporation before you met me, sorry, you spent thousands for a piece of paper that was free, and you didn't learn diddly squat. Corporations, I found out at 9.5, they're free. Get a little filing fee. California wiped out the fee till June of this year. So understand today, please don't be a sheep or a duck. Now here's the starter package. This is the starter package for beginners. Okay, credit rebuild, rapid score, articles also has tax ID. If you don't have them, I'll give them to you for free. If you do have them, we'll use what you got. A setup in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time live with me for 90 days, twice a week if you want to go. Here's $5,000 credit back to you. National average for a corporation is $3,000. This is normally $2,000, and you get 2.5 times your money back. During this broadcast, as I'm going to train you to be the CFO, I discount this to $9.99, what the average person wastes in a given month. Scan, pay a fee, or Zelle, then it's free. From there, basically, what happens is you get 5 times your money back on top of that rebuilding your life. Your choice is very simple to do, and that discount is only during the program and the webinar with me. Millionaire in the making. Normally $5,000 because the bonus credit's $25,000. Today, when I discount it to $24.99, you scan, you pay a fee, or use Zelle because it's free. This gives you 10 times your investment back to you. What excuse would you have now? By the way, this is the only one we expedite everything, because this is the one you should actually do. As we do this, beat your doubt, run your race. Please get out of my way while I rebuild you, please. I like the goodies. Getting past go. Very simple. Mansions in the harbor. Race boats and yachts, saying Ray Reynolds University.com. From there, helicopters, Lamborghinis, and buildings too. You see, I'd like you to change your driver's license today, please, to P.O. Box mailing address, more privacy. The next thing I want you to focus on is the car you drive today. Sorry, you allowed them to treat you like a sheep and a duck when you went to the dealership and lost 5 hours while they sweated you. 5,009 inquiries. See, you could have wrote down aloud one inquiry, took a picture to set the tone, but you rather let them treat you like a sheep and a duck. By the way, you did it wrong anyway. My way is simple. Fleet price tax ID division. Doesn't show up on personal reports. I don't need gap insurance. It's a corporate write-off, and you start to become a certified CFO. Lose a house or car, a creditor can convert it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you have a tax problem too. Car registered owner should be a division and not you. If there's a bumpity bump and they sue you, they come after you. If you do it my way, they get diddly squat. Why not? Planning the problem. Keep in mind today is pretty simple. Every property you ever obtain, put it in a division, please. You know who's going to fall and sue you and screw you up? Corporation, your personal house should offset your personal income anyway. From here, Amazon did not pay any tax on the first 10 billion to trillion. They know how to play the game. They don't bring the pain on them like you. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. He bought Twitter in 24 hours with a line of credit. He has a spaceship. So do the other two guys. So you could join the club and win the battle if you want to, but that's up to you. Are these turned up today? Keep in mind, here's how Carl doesn't pay state or federal tax. Borrow money is not taxable. Here's Walt Disney Newsweek. It says they wrote an IOU to themselves on $1 billion, so they didn't pay tax. Borrow money is not taxable. Leveraging money to more money. Run your life through a corporation or in conjunction. That's up to you. As we play, keep in mind, pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. Your paycheck is pretty simple. It's taxable income, right? After you get your leftover, you pay the car payment, gas rates, insurance. I would be yelling no right now. Why? Because you could be driving a company car like I do. That would be the goal. Today, why don't you get a copy of an SS4 today, please? That way you can see that line 9 and 10 says banking and credit purposes. IRS is public record. You can find out you don't have to be a sheep or a duck all along, but that's up to you. Mama, she delivered a baby after Nixon took the gold standard out. That means very simple. All right, the hospital handed her an SSN form so they can bond the baby and put some more money. See, everything's rules and tools for me. So let's understand, you got a house today, it's, escrow closed homestead trust. You should have bought it through the trust, but you bought it through you, and it's not in the trust today. They sue you, they take it away. When you die, it's stuck in the probate, your family got diddly squat. See, the reality is you got to plan the problem. When you hire that contractor, what happens next? They hire the subcontractor, they stand outside Home Depot. Good workers. When they slip, fall, and cut corners, they sue you and take everything you got too. My way, they get diddly squat. Why not? So let's do this. Let's look at an irrevocable trust today. But do what you want. The goal is up to you. Step 19. Ray, I don't want to pay tax. I hear it all the time. And what do I say to him? Knock off the crap. You don't want to go to prison and pay $5 million in fines like Leslie Snipes. So you don't play peekaboo, the IRS making a mess. If you tried, then you go back to irs.gov, you download a form called 656 433 A and B. See, I'm one person that can do all of these things that God gave me. Reality is it's a one-shot deal. You don't have to go to 10 places to get things done for you. But again, you should learn to be an OPM. Save up to 70%, don't pay a bill up to 90 days. Escrow closes, you got 200,000 left over, what do you do? Most people act like they're rich and they piss it away and they're broke the next day. Ray's rules, let's leverage that into 15 million and more. Borrow money is not taxable. Set up a line of defense. By the way, that's step 20. It's called blackjack, or step 21. I like blackjack, don't you? Now here's the office in 2009 before I died in a coma. It's very simple. It's one technology driver, run spectrum, 22,000 square feet, doing up to $1 million a day. I didn't know I was going to go in a coma and die and come back and someone stole my life. But what am I going to do? It's pretty simple. I built $1 million of credit in 6 weeks. I don't understand. Every one of you have the ability to use my blueprint, see it, believe it, go get it, and understand closet divisions. Because without them, you don't have a backup and a backup. I want you to learn to play and never bring the pain home ever again. 1,000 steps to become a certified CFO. Repackaging every one of you. Checkbook money too. I love checkbook money. But again, here's something. I have corporations that were filed last year if you need a 2-year corporation. All right. I sold a bunch on Saturday. I think I have only 2 left anyway. So what happens is very simple. It's $999, you get 2 years. Today, it's very simple. Today's bonus is you can get it for $299 if you Zelle during this broadcast only. Don't call the office and ask for the $299. They gotta pay them a commission that's $999. You do it now, you get it for $299. You can take this corporation. You can qualify in any state you want to, do the analysis however you want to as well. But it's up to you. It is definitely a Zelle with an RW on that too. So what is the corporation? It's a legal person. So if we build credit to the corporation, divisions, set up the line of defense, I get the tax ID for it and build credit reports. Every tax ID is entitled to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. They're entitled to that, and that's the goal. 9 divisions, $1 million up to that. 41 division up to $5 million. It's simple to improve it again and again. Corporate umbrella, that's the ultimate goal. Why I created them is pretty simple. I never wanted to bring the pain home. It's a promise I kept myself, and I wanted a second chance. All right, if I screwed up. You have the ability to plan the program and plan the problem. You need 9 divisions for you, by the way. House, car, building, credit, daisy, how you see money. It's up to you. Structure, looking at your corporation today, your name's on it. I would scare so you know what out of you. If you use your home address, that'd really scare me even more too. Remember, corporations are on the Secretary of State. Division process are more private. So if a lawsuit occurs, you become a duck. My way, divisions give you the line of defense, and it doesn't get shoved in your face. So division is tax ID, history, paperwork, and we basically going to have 2,000 history added. We're going to charge you 1,000 each. Under the corporate umbrella, that follows tax ID and bill credit reports. At the same time, today, I charge $500 each, 3, $1,500, but today, bonus, you get 4 for $1,500. If you Zelle, free, or you scan during the webinar only. After that, they go back to 1,000 each. What are you willing to lose? Family? No. Corporation? They sue you. Division. See, for me, it was pretty simple. If we play chess today, we're both going to lose pieces on both sides, but if we play my way, we're both getting basically checkmate. There's the goal, step 23. Give me referrals. I'll build more credit or sell you 10%, as long as they pay in full. All right, to receive that offer today. 800-510-3338. See, I like Lamborghinis and big buildings, don't you? Reaching the dream, think to be impossible, raise rules, all right, making millionaires into corporations, divisions, and training people to be a certified CFO. The ultimate goal is up to you as we play to make you a money-making machine. Now, if you want lines of credit, we charge 10%, all right, for cash lines of credit. You want $100,000, it's $10,000. Very simple. All right, let me add you to my credit system. I can rebuild you to the million. From there, it's up to you. Showing you how to get the American dream. Analyze you right away. Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. What needs to be done on your part and my part too. Understand today, never have joint credit system in the way. Buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. Corporation's a legal person. Why do people spend thousands for a corporation and don't learn diddly squat? Isn't that stupid when they're all free anyway? Pay a little filing fee? So divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and set up the line of defense. I give bonus cash credit for one reason, to take away excuses and refinance the business and write it all off. Getting the American dream, step 24. So your goal is pretty simple today. That 750 is waiting for you. If you let me rebuild you, a rapid score, target is 750, charge you $999, give you $1,000 card back. From there, it's pretty simple to do. What happens during this broadcast, I discount it to $499, and I literally give you a card for $500, reimburse yourself too. I'm your coach for 90 days. You scan, you pay a fee, or you Zelle, because it's free. Now, here is basically the starter package. And I discount it to $999 during the broadcast only. You get $5,000 cash credit back to you, 5 times your investment. Scan, pay a fee, Zelle, it's free. So as you do this today, remember something very simple. The million in the making, that's the key one, because you get 25,000 of credit back to you. Discount of $24.99, that gives you 10 times your money back. Scan, fee, no fee, because you Zelled. The ultimate goal, this is the one I expedite personally as well. Ultimate goal, RW when you Zell. Keep in mind, every one of you should have that corporation with divisions called entities. You want your banks and grocery stores to do this in front of you, and they just write up the bad debt and they don't bring the pain home like you. So keep in mind, stop bringing the pain home. Become a certified CFO and literally understand to reprogram your brain into millionaire status. Look behind the curtain and understand and play. Stay safe, stay strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, let's keep in mind. So every one of you should be Zell, and doing something right away. If not, you call 800-510-3338. They will charge you a little bit more, but it's still worth it too. But it's up to you. From here, my goal is to change the world and repackage America before basically I die again. Next time is probably permanently. I'm praying for another 50 years. So let's understand today. Let's do our best. All right, God does the rest. Amen to that too. And never forget at the end of the day, God loves us all.